Hello guys, welcome to my channel The Neha's Way, and if this is the first time you're visiting my channel, welcome here. And today I'm gonna be making a video on budgeting, but just before that, this is the first time I'm making a sit down video where I'm talking to you. And the only reason being, I've always been so fearful of being different, fearful of being judged, fearful of being not myself. Fearful of also being myself because I'm scared I might come off as a person that you might not like. Yes, I'm a people pleaser. Sometimes it's a positive thing, sometimes it's a negative thing. But yeah, let's get on with the video. Sometimes I speak really fast and sometimes I'm like calm and like slow. But yeah, you get me. And I'm gonna be speaking about budget. And I'm going to tell you exactly how much I spent in a week, what I did, how my days go by, and even if I spent a penny, it's going to be on this expense sheet. Now, let's start off with Sunday. My work week is basically Sunday to Thursday because in the UAE, this is the norms. And Friday and Saturday is an off. Yes, I'm lucky I get 2 days off. A lot of people in Dubai get only a 1 day off. They work 6 days a week and I do not know how they survive. I'm really grateful for that. So now let's start off. Sunday morning I took the metro. So the metro usage is with a card. We have a gold card and we have a silver card, and generally I fill it every time my balance goes really low. And you cannot use the card below a 7 dirham balance. So your card always needs to have a 7 dirham balance at least, which is a good thing because that means you can never like run out of credit when you're like in a hurry. And it's a bad thing when you are below 7 dirhams and you just had a ride because you can't get back. So anyhow, I'm not going to add those expenses because I did not spend it in that week, and I'm going to give you exactly what I spent. So on Sunday, I went in the metro and I came back in the metro. I already had the metro card balance, so I didn't spend anything over there. In the evening, I went to Choithrams. Choithrams is a grocery store over here. I generally shop online, but I just felt like doing groceries that day. I wanted to go and see what new things are there in the market. So I ended up walking to Choithrams. It's a 15-minute walk from my house. And when I went to Choithrams, I really liked a lot of stuff, but I always make sure that my expenses for groceries do not cross 100 dirhams. And that week I was actually making a meal plan with like Asian cuisine. I know I was supposed to put out this video and I started editing it and I was like, why should I put out a video of meal planning when I'm not completely an expert myself? So once I learn the tricks and trades of that particular thing, I would probably put out a video which is far more informative, because it doesn't make sense to put something which is not informative. So yeah, so I ended up spending exactly 65.7 dirhams. I wrote down like an expense sheet of how much I spent, so I'm looking at it over here. So if you keep looking at me and I look here, it means I'm referring to my expense sheet. So 65 dirhams, I got quite a few things and quite a few sauces. I ended up not getting as much vegetables. Then I ended up getting a lot of stuff like noodles, sauces, and biscuit packets, and like what is that called? A cornflakes, a Choco's cereal box. So yeah, and that was my day on Sunday. So I ended up spending 65.7 dirhams. Monday morning, I received a big bomb, which was my Diva bill. Every week I get some bill because my bills are scheduled in these times. So it was around 235.89 dirhams, which is a lot for a studio right now, because honestly it should have been like 150 or 160, but I won't blame Diva because my mom and my sister were here in January and this bill came in February, so it kind of like added up my expense for all three of us living over here together. And so again, I went in the metro and I came back in the metro, but I didn't spend anything that day in physical form because my metro card already had some balance. So I immediately paid off my Diva bill as soon as it came, just because I do not like forgetting about it and getting like a fine or instead getting my services cut. So I'm always really cautious. Even if I get a Diva bill notification on my Gmail in the middle of the night, I literally make sure that I open my laptop and I pay right then, right there. like I would forget later, and I know myself. The next day was Tuesday, and Tuesday I was late to work. And when I'm late to work, I end up taking the taxi, and the taxi costed me 16.5 dirhams. Generally, it's 15 to 17 dirhams. This is how much it costs according to how, if there's a traffic light, if there's no traffic light, whatever. So on Tuesday, it costed me 16.5 dirhams. And generally, I try to avoid this as much as possible, because for me, 16.5 dirhams is another meal that I could probably have, but I instead spent on transportation. So went off. And then I also, that day, I didn't cook anything. I don't know what I was doing on Tuesday. I was probably really lazy, and I got up late and probably was tired from a Monday. So I ended up also eating out with my colleague at Pressman's Press Sandwiches. I think it was also a craving, because this sandwich is really, really good. So if you ever come to Dubai, definitely try out this place. It's called Pressman Press Sandwiches, and they have from 10 dirhams to around 25 to 35 dirhams worth sandwiches, which are so good. And they always have some offer, like if you get a sandwich, you get a free coffee or something like this. So we went at around 4 p.m. Dubai time, and I had a really yummy sandwich, and that costed me 14 dirhams. And then in the evening on Tuesday, I also came back and ended up spending 20 dirhams because I had to refill my metro card. So Tuesday was pretty expensive, huh? Wednesday, I did not spend anything anywhere. I went in the metro, I came back in the metro. I said to myself, Tuesday, I spent so much. How can you do this? So I ended up not spending anything. I went to office, came back, did nothing on a Wednesday evening. Actually, Rand came home, and we were just at home, like working. So that's good. And Thursday, again, I did not spend anything. I went in the metro, came back in the metro. And Thursday evening, I also slept early because I was really, really tired. So I was like, I can't. And I slept at around 7, and I got up on a Friday morning at around 8-ish. So Friday was a really, really busy day for me. I ended up going in the metro again all the way to Diafa because I had to meet a couple of friends in that area, and that's pretty far off for me from like where I live right now. So but I used the metro. I didn't spend anything anywhere, but I did go out and use the yes, I went out and I got my eyebrows done, and I also cut my hair a bit. So I ended up spending around 15 dirhams for that. It costed me 10 dirhams to get my eyebrows done, and 5 dirhams to get my hair trimmed. And like clearly it doesn't seem like it's trimmed at all. This is the first time in my life that I'm growing out my hair, and I feel really weird. I cannot recognize myself. And also I'm bored now because like there's a time when your hair grows and you're just looking at yourself every single day with the same hair, and now I'm like, I probably want to color my hair, I probably want to do something. And my hair is really scanty, it's not very thick, so it's thinning out. So I don't know, I want to grow my hair, but I'm also in second thoughts if I should or shouldn't. Comment, tell me, should I or should I not? And yeah, then after that I met a few friends. It was a really nice time. I went out to eat in the evening because I was really hungry, so I ended up eating in McDonald's with 2 of my friends, and McDonald's bill costed me around 13 dirhams. I had 2 burgers, 7.5 dirhams each or 7 dirhams each, something around that, but I ended up spending 13 dirhams. And I ended up spending the night in Diafa that night. And on Saturday, I'm sorry, this was Friday. On Saturday, it was pretty nice because I got up and I got a ride back home. So I was like, I need to utilize this. And that side, the groceries are comparatively lesser than this side. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and get my groceries for the next week there. So on Saturday, I went and bought a couple of groceries, and this time a lot of vegetables. I got corn, carrots, cucumbers, and bell peppers, baby corn. I don't know why I'm naming the groceries, but I just felt like. So yeah, I spent on Saturday on groceries 67.3 dirhams. So my total expenses for that week are 452 dirhams. In total, yup, that's a lot. Like right now, when I'm thinking about it and I spend so much, I'm like, oh my god, I spent 452 dirhams in a week, which is not my general expenses. Like I wouldn't want to spend this much in a week, but I ended up spending. And definitely if you live with somebody, it kind of cuts it into half. You have all shared payments and everything. But yeah, when you're living alone, you manage all these expenses by yourself and you kind of pay out stuff. So I'm not really proud. Oh, and the next week I kind of got my bills for the Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi on my phone at the Salat. So, but tell me if you guys want me to do a monthly expense video where I speak about how much I spend in a month and how I budget myself, because I do. And also like to try and think about, sorry, I got distracted, there was a bird outside. And also tell me if you want me to do a video on just how much I earn or what I do. I want to be really transparent, really open with you guys, just so that, you know, if you're looking to come over to Dubai or if you're looking over to kind of stay over here, you kind of know what the expenses are. And well, that's pretty much it. I hope this video helps. I'm not going to cut out any part of this video. I'm going to keep it just like this, whatever I spoke, however I was, because I want to have like a genuine relationship with you, and this is who I am. So yes, like, share and subscribe if you think this video was helpful. Comment to see any other videos I can make. I generally do have like a really busy week. There's always something or the other I push myself to do, even if I'm tired, exhausted, just clean the house and my entire body is sore. I'm like, let's go. And that kind of gets me exhausted during the weekend, which is why I end up sleeping on a Thursday night. But this is part of life. So see you guys next week, or maybe this week, because I did not make 2 videos the past 2 weeks and I'm going to probably try and compensate for that. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching.